Hello viewers, Adventure Link here with another informative yet fun-filled video for you. Woohoo! Now, as you're going down the road and you want to engage cruise, have you ever had this little problem where you hit the on button for the cruise and then hit your set and accelerator button? Hit this button first and then hit this button. You wouldn't get cruise, and then you'd have to put down some real Hercules strength on the on and or the set accel button to get it going. Well, this would be the end result of your buttons going bad or not having been worked in enough, and because of that, you will need a new set of buttons on your steering wheel. Just so you know, this repair video will cover pretty much every 1998 through 2004 Ford Panther vehicle, except the Marauder. From my understanding, those have the multifunction buttons, the multifunction buttons have all the cruise stuff here, and all the radio stuff over here from my understanding and how it works. Though I believe some '05 steering wheels may look like this. In addition, I've seen a 97 Lincoln Town Car with the steering wheel set up like this. So I guess pretty much if your steering wheel looks like this, with the exception of a Ford logo if it's a Crown Vic, or a Lincoln logo if it's the Town Car, I would guess that this video will work for you, because as you all know, 92 and 97, Crown Vic and Grand Marquis had a different steering wheel. I'm guessing the Lincoln Town Car did too, but '06 and up, the steering wheel was redesigned, so yeah. Just so you know, you will need a Ford Motorcraft button switch. Notice how I said button? Thank you, Angry Video Game Nerd and Mike Matei, for making fun of the Inspector Gadget DVD for that one. But with that being said, your part number is SW-5924. And your new button cluster would look just like this. A guy on CrownVic.net linked me to an eBay listing. It was, I think, like $71. I got this off of Rock Auto for $61. I managed to find it on Amazon for $45, but just as a fair warning, that only had they only had 4 left at the time that I found it. Before I go any further, I want to give some quick shout outs to Jacob Leach, Jeff Urban, and Philip Weston on the CrownVic.net Facebook page for diagnosis and helping me out. Thanks again, guys. I do appreciate it. As well as linking me to the proper part for the proper job. Because as you all know, safety, structural integrity, quality, the right tools and parts for the right job, and doing the job right the first time, every time, are all number one. And in this regard, we will have to mess with the airbag today. And I will let you all know all the safety stuff with the airbags. So please pay attention to it, because it is important to make sure that you do have a functioning airbag when this is over. And how not to get yourself injured or whatever working on the airbag system or prevent accidental deploys. First thing you want to do is, if your steering wheel is not already cocked like this, I would personally recommend you cock the steering wheel as I've seen, or as seen in the video, or do the other way. It does not really matter. If not, start the engine and get it over there while you have the engine started. If it's pretty warm outside, I would recommend cranking the windows down a little bit. So in this regard, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, when you have your steering wheel set up like how I've got it, or in the opposite direction, it doesn't matter, pop the hood and let's go outside. In this regard, you pop the hood, this little switch down here where it says hood, and the hood works. Woohoo! Next thing you want to do is disable the airbags. You have 2 options. One option is to remove the airbag fuse, which is in the inside fuse block. It's right on the driver's side. It looks like this. According to the diagram on my 2004 Grand Marquis, you want to pull fuse number 4. Obviously, this is your airbag fuse. Unless you change the color of the fuse, or if it blew previously. This is your fuse right there. The alternative is to disconnect the negative battery terminal at the battery. 5/16 box wrench or ratchet will undo that. So pull your fuse or remove the negative battery terminal now. With the negative battery terminal removed or the airbag fuse removed, you want to wait at least 10 minutes before going any farther. In this regard, I do have a couple donuts here that I'm going to eat in this 10-minute time period. Just so you know, you want to wait the 10 minutes out because on pretty much every car with an airbag, there is an airbag capacitor or several of them in there, which still keeps the airbag energized even though the power to the airbag was disconnected some way, somehow. You want to give these capacitors time to discharge. As far as I know, there is no real way to accelerate this process other than having to wait out the 10 minutes or whatever. So go on ahead and do whatever. You can watch the rest of this video. You can browse on Facebook, get a cold drink, get a beer, get you a sandwich, do whatever. Just do something to kill about 10 minutes worth of time and come back to your vehicle and we will be doing the next step. So I'll be waiting and I'll have those donuts ate. So you waited your 10 minutes out, huh? Great. Now we can proceed with the next step of the video. See that little plastic cover there, that circular one? Don't worry, there's one on the other side of the steering wheel as well. I'm just probably not going to showcase it because it looks pretty much like this one. What you want to do is pop this little circular thing off. It will give you access to a 8mm bolt. There's one in this side of the steering wheel, and like I said, one on the other side of the steering wheel. So go on ahead and pop those access covers off now. With the access covers off, just so you know, I used a 5/64 jeweler screwdriver to pop both of the access covers off. See that bolt there? There's your 8mm bolt. From what I've been told, an 8mm deep well socket plus a 3-inch extension, 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Setup looks just like this. Only without the ratchet on there. We'll take both of these bolts out. So go on ahead and remove both of the bolts now. With the bolts removed, you can now remove your airbag. Just so you know, I got it partially removed to show that it can be removed now. I personally got in with my fingernails and my hands to get it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop it out the rest of the way. There she is. Now, I should make a few notes of warning here. Number one, the little yellow clips that are on the airbag connectors, those should stay intact 100% because those are safety features with the airbags to make sure that the connectors stay intact at all times. Sometimes you'll have little green tabs or whatever. These do the same thing. Make sure that you do not break these. You will need these for reassembly. So go on ahead and carefully remove these two airbag connectors now. Okay, I want to go over two things real quick. First off, this electrical connector. As you can see, I kind of had to brute force it out. What I ended up doing finally was I took my trusty 5/64 jeweler screwdriver, pried this up a little bit, and then separated the connector. As for temporary airbag storage, pretty much you want to put it on a flat surface like this with the connectors, with the electrical connectors facing up and the Mercury logo or whatever facing down. And remember, even the slightest bit of current, I believe it's 4 or 5 milliamps, pretty much the same kind of current for a ohm test, can set these airbags off. Do be careful. When you're walking with the airbag, make sure you walk with the airbag facing away from you like I have it. When you have it on the table, you want to lay it just like this. Be very careful so you don't accidentally set it off. In addition, I already managed to pop out one of these button pods. I managed to use, again, my 5/64 jeweler screwdriver to wedge it out of there. It is a tight fit in and out, and it was a pain to get in and out, just as a fair warning. So go on ahead and store your airbag in a safe manner and start popping out your cruise switches. Now with your buttons popped out, you got to remove this electrical connector from this wire. What I did was I pulled the electrical connector up and out to free it from the little hole it was in. It was either, I believe it was either in this one up top or this one at the bottom. There's this little tab right here. Pull up, pull back on this tab with your other hand. So go on ahead and remove your electrical connector now. Now you want to remove the steering wheel. Just as a fair warning, if you don't got one thing trying to fight you, it's another. I had to use a breaker bar like this and had to hold the steering wheel with the other hand. This is a T50 Torx head. Go ahead and remove this Torx head now. Okay, so I ended up splicing in the new cruise control buttons in. It's very simple. You splice it in by color, and based off of the electrical connection, just keep in mind that one of the black wires is really a wire that goes from this pod to this pod. It directly connects, so keep that in mind as you cut and solder. When you have everything cut and soldered by color, make sure you do take it for a test drive, and if your cruise works, put everything back together, and that's it. You're all done. You have just replaced your cruise control buttons on your 1998 through 2004 Ford Panther platform vehicle, unless you have an oddball Lincoln Town Car from 97 or perhaps something from 05 that would work with these type of cruise control buttons. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, praise, etc. about this video, hit me up in the comments section. If you have any questions about the Ford Panther platform as a whole, which covers the Ford Crown Victoria, Mercury Grand Marquis, Lincoln Town Car, and Mercury Marauder, hit up the crownvic.net forums. Or if you need immediate assistance and have a Facebook account, search on Facebook for crownvic.net, subscribe to their group, and post your questions. And the fine folks at either medium will be happy to answer your questions in a timely manner. If you want to see more videos from me, be it stances, rants, repair videos, vlogs, quick tips and reviews, and others, hit the subscribe button at the top of this video or any other video that I make. It's not hard. You will be automatically subscribed to any video that I produce. And you can also go over my old videos if you wish. This has been Adventure Link. I'm going to close the video out as always by quoting Eric the Car Guy. Be safe, have fun, and as always, stay dirty. See you next time.